to Holy Chaos. We're Brittney and Larry.
What's up?
And today we're talking about communication.
Dum, dum, dum.
Especially when you're tired, stressed, and annoyed.
Yeah, all those.
Which, if your chaos is anything like ours, communication is something that we are still working on, even after 20 years together.
Like we literally just said before we hit record, like, we don't do this well.
We don't. So
we wrote this episode for us.
Yeah. I think this one's for us.
We're with you. If you need this, we're with you. We need it too.
So there's moments in marriage where one of you says, hey, can we talk?
No.
Cue the instant internal panic.
It's not good. It's not good.
Like when I hear you say, can we talk about something? My mind just like immediately starts like racking and I'm searching for what I could have possibly done wrong.
Oh yeah. I'm like replaying like the last 6 months. You're like, can I talk to you about something? I'm like,
yeah,
like, it's all playing in my head.
Yeah, me too. And like also just like absolutely not. Like this is the worst time possible. Now I'm panicking over what in the world you're going to say. And at the same time, I'm at capacity.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired. I'm overstimulated. This house has been loud all day. You know, someone needed something from me every 2 seconds. And yet, here we go. Here comes another conversation.
and sometimes when we don't even say no, we just try to have the conversation anyway, which is how we end up arguing about something small with way more intensity than it deserves, instead of like, how do we do this the right way? Instead of, can I talk to you about something? Now's not a good time. Well, we're going to talk about it anyway. And then it just like blows up.
Because what we're actually arguing about isn't the thing. It's exhaustion.
Right. So here's what we've learned the hard way. And like we said, we're still learning this, like, big time. Most of our communication problems don't come from a lack of love or commitment. They come from a lack of capacity. When you're tired or stressed or already annoyed, your ability to listen well or interpret tone accurately
That one's funny to me because I'm instantly thinking about, like, I don't know why we do this, but we kind of get into like these texting.
Oh, text is the worst.
And text is the absolute worst. But I think just at times we're so busy, that's the only way we can.
Your tone on that text message ticked me off. So when you're tired, stressed, or already annoyed, your ability to listen well, interpret tone accurately, stay curious, or regulate emotion drops dramatically. And when we expect ourselves to communicate, and then we expect ourselves to communicate better in those moments, and it's just not going to happen.
Which is wild when you
totally
think
wild
about it, because we don't ask exhausted people to make great decisions in any other area of their life.
It's true.
But in marriage, we somehow expect like perfect clarity, patience, and emotional intelligence. And it's always at the worst possible times.
The worst possible times. So really, Brittney, this is where episode 3 flows directly into this one, because a lot of it's about expectations and naming expectations. And once expectations are named, they still have to be handled. And how you talk about them matters. Because even the healthiest expectation can turn into a fight if it's introduced at the wrong time with the wrong tone, or when one of us has nothing left to give. So today's not about what to say, because that's very contextual and depends on the situation. What we're talking about is when and how.
Yeah, and that is hard. Because let's be honest, a lot of our hardest conversations happen at the end of the day.
Not a lot of them, all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. We are in constant chaos.
We're just Yeah, the evening is always just booked full.
And there's always something.
There's always something, like
So,
kids are melting
for
down.
example, our intention is to record these about a week before they drop, these episodes, so that there's plenty of time to edit and get it posted. They drop early on Friday mornings. It's currently 8:30 on Thursday night, and we're just now getting around to recording because
It's been a chaotic week.
it's been a chaotic few weeks. Like, I had to make a fast trip to Illinois to buy a truck because your van decided to crap out at the worst possible time of our lives. And Evie's been sick again, and their Marky tried out for audition for the Academy for the Arts. Like,
Yeah, when you have 5 different people going 5 different directions, I'm not sure that it's ever not a little chaotic.
yeah, so all of those conversations happened at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, what else is happening?
Like, kids are melting down. Dinner's not done, or going
Dishes
as
need
planned,
done,
or something needs cleaned up. The house is loud. Everybody's fried. Like, we're just done. So, like, late night conversations gone wrong.
Oh gosh. Number one, I should have learned a long time ago that I can't have late night conversations with you because you'll sleep talk, and like I've had full conversations with you that you do not remember in the morning.
Right, but I've also told you don't talk to me after I've fallen asleep.
But you could have like an intelligent conversation
But I don't remember any
that
of
where it all makes sense.
Yeah.
So the late night conversations gone wrong. We've had a few of them over the years. The can we talk right now moments. I think misread tone is probably the biggest one for us where things go off the rails.
Yeah, because I'm, anxiously attached. So I'm constantly reading your body language.
Yeah, say more.
And yeah, like I'm constantly worried. Like, is he mad? Is he, did I do something? It's
So tonight is a good example. Like, we knew we had to do this, but I had some other stuff I needed to do after dinner. We're sitting across the living room from each other, and I'm working on my MacBook, and I'm just like resting my head in my hand, and you're like, "What's wrong?" Nothing's wrong. You're like, you just look like you were holding your head and shaking it. I'm like, no, I wasn't. like reading tone and especially body language.
well, and like even asking you that question, I can tell it annoys you when I do that, but I'm literally spinning out over there not knowing.
But then you'll ask it like 5 times.
Because I'm reading your body language.
See, folks, we're working this out in real time. What about starting a serious conversation when the other person's half asleep? Like you will have an intelligent conversation with me and be half asleep. You can't when I'm like at my end.
When you're tired, you're done.
And if you try to start a serious conversation with me, there is a 0.00% chance of that going well. Yeah, and then the text message thing, like when you're tired and annoyed and already stressed out, why in the world do we think it's a good idea to handle a serious conversation by text message?
Yeah, I think what like really lights me up is when you light me up while I'm at work.
Yeah, go say more.
Like you'll like start texting me about something that rapidly, which needs to be handled in person. And I'm like at work. Like I can't deal with this right now.
So I think the last time that happened, we handled it pretty well. It was when the van broke down and we were looking at options. I had time, so I was rapid firing you options of different stuff, and you were like, I will look at these on my lunch break. And I was like, that's fine. I'm just sending them to you while I have the chance. So like we understood you named the boundary.
Yes, but then that's like another reason why texting is just so terrible, because like
You got to go that extra step.
You rapid firing text, I'm feeling like all this pressure, like he wants an answer now, you know, and you're just like working on it.
Yeah.
So you're just like sending me stuff, but it doesn't feel like that on the other side of the phone.
So I think that's been like that text thread is a really good example of what we've been learning, is that timing matters a lot when you're communicating something. Like that was a good time for me to dump a bunch of stuff as we were researching new cars. You were feeling pressure. So you named, I can't get to these right now. And it gave me the opportunity to say, I don't expect you to get to them right now. I'm just sending them to you while I have a chance. So that took the pressure off of you, and it allowed me to keep, you know, rapid fire texting. That has been key, is understanding that timing itself matters and talking about it. So starting a hard conversation when your spouse is exhausted or in the middle of their workday, when they work with preschoolers all day, starting a hard conversation with your spouse when they're exhausted doesn't say, hey, I want to connect with you right now. It says, I need to get this off my chest, and I don't give a crap about your capacity.
Right. And that doesn't mean that the issue isn't important. It just means that like that moment might not be.
Right.
So we are learning to say that like this matters, but not right now.
Right. I want to review all of these all these vehicle things that you're sending to me, but I can't do it right now.
Right. Like I want to talk, just not like this.
That's been a key one for us with texting. Like we need to have this conversation, but we shouldn't keep having it over text message. Yeah. Like, and one of us will name that now. Like,
yeah, we have gotten better for sure. Or another thing we can say is like, can we come back to this tomorrow? Which we don't do this one well.
It depends.
It depends. Like,
all right. So early in marriage, when we say, can we come back to this tomorrow? Early in marriage, I would do this thing, me in particular, where I was at my capacity with the conversation. I'd just leave. And it wasn't like I'm leaving. It was like, I need to step out and cool my jets for a little bit. You did not take it that way. It was like, is he coming back?
Like, yeah, I've almost forgotten about this,
right.
Actually.
So one of the things that we've had to name on the can we come back to this tomorrow is saying, I need a timeout. Like, and that communicates like, we're going to finish this conversation. We just can't do it right now. But for the most part, neither of us is good at waiting till tomorrow. Like, our timeouts are much shorter than tomorrow.
Yeah, I think both of us would die if we had to wait until tomorrow. Like,
yeah, that wouldn't be good for us.
Yeah, that doesn't.
So, but learning to say those things like, this matters, but not right now. I want to talk, just not like this. Can we come back to this tomorrow or take a time out? That saved us a lot of unnecessary fights.
Right. Because we misread each other a lot when we're tired. You know, everything sounds harsher than it is. Tone feels sharper, silence feels personal, neutral responses feel dismissive. Your brain's already overwhelmed, so it just fills in the gaps negatively.
And when the gaps get filled in negatively, that's huge. That's why so many arguments start with, that's not what I meant, and end with, well, that's how it sounded. When you're exhausted, like, stuff comes across, and it may not be the way you meant it to come across, but that's the way it comes across. And there's not a lot you can do to walk that back in the moment.
Right. And I feel like that's where we have done a lot of work, you know, because I don't feel like when we had fights earlier in marriage that I really cared about how you felt.
No, you wanted to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Going for the jugular, going to draw blood.
You know? And I think after a lot of growing now, I have learned, you know, that and just realized that like I do care, you know, and that is
Yeah, I don't want to hurt you.
no.
And just because I'm tired or exhausted or at my capacity, my tone can come across weird or seem dismissive, or silence is confusing, like you said.
Yes.
Like, so to be able to articulate, I'm tired. This isn't about you or the conversation you want to have. I'm tired, and we can't do this right now. You know, or asking to clarify, like when you talked about filling in the gaps with negativity, like when when your brain is already overwhelmed and there's the absence of clarity, you're going to fill in all those gaps with assumptions instead of trust. And one of the things I've noticed you doing is asking, is this what you meant? Because this is the way I heard it. And that's been a game changer.
Well, yeah.
Because what you heard from me, whether through your own like spiraling over it or through my tone, is a lot of times way worse than what I intended. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's been a huge deal for you to say, okay, when you said this, I felt dismissed, or I heard this. What did you mean by that? That gives me the chance to explain to you that it wasn't nearly as bad as what you thought you heard, or prove you right that I'm really that big of a jerk. Like, at least give me the chance and don't make assumptions.
Right.
You know, because sometimes I am a jerk. Like, give me the chance to double down and dig my heels in. So, folks listening, here's a few tools that we've actually learned to use, again, imperfectly, but these actually work. And we come back to these. So first is name your capacity before the conversation. If you need to have a big conversation about something, or especially a serious talk, it's okay to say, I want to talk about this, but I'm beat, or I care about this, but I don't have the margin to have this conversation right now. And when you say that immediately lowers defensiveness, like right off the bat. And those gaps we talked about, it allows those to be filled in with trust and charity and not suspicion.
Yeah. I think, like we have a second point here, separate urgency from importance. You know, important doesn't always mean urgent. You know, we could just say, does this need to be handled now or just soon?
And there's a big gap between does this need to be talked about right now or soon? Yeah. And there's a huge difference between urgency and important. And don't let what is urgent crowd out the important. Third, protect tone over timing. If you can't say it kindly, say it later. This was like us early in marriage. Like we knew what the kill shot could be in the middle of an argument. Like you were like a tactical, like ninja assassin. Like you knew exactly what to say to shut me down and end it and hurt me. And I got pretty good at it too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to end this thing right now. So your tone, really, really matters, and tone does more damage than delaying something.
Yeah, it does.
Like, I can't have this conversation and be kind about this right now. So we need to wait.
Yeah.
And that's just healthy boundaries anyway. Like, I know my capacity and my limitations, and I know that I'm going to say something I regret if we
keep going.
Yeah, and I want to live by no regrets. You know what I mean?
All right. Number 4, call timeouts without punishment.
Without punishment.
Another one we're working on, I feel like. A pause isn't avoidance if you come back to it. Can we talk about this tomorrow morning? Let's come back to this after dinner.
Yeah. And early in marriage, that was the thing with like leaving too. Like I just wanted to go for a drive and cool down, but you thought I was like going.
Yeah.
So I had to literally say, I'm going to go for 30 minutes. That was an okay timeout. And that protects from there being punishment. And it like, he's going to come back. We're going to finish this conversation. And it also keeps the other person from, again, filling in all the gaps with all sorts of stuff. Like, what are they doing? Or are they coming back? Are they,
right.
Are they looking for an apartment right now? Like,
yeah.
5, repair quickly when things go sideways. I think this is the one that we've gotten the best at. Like, our communication can always use improvement and things can go sideways really fast, but we're both a lot faster at repairing it now. Like, and having a conversation about what was behind what went wrong. Like, and repair sounds like this. That came out wrong. I think I'm more tired than I realized. Can we start over? Can we reset? And then having a conversation about what's really going on. Like, so we've just shifted everything around with vehicles. My Pilot that I was driving is now your everyday driver. The van is of blessed memory now, and I get to drive my my grandpa's huge truck, which will never fit in our garage. But through winter and camping and everything, like our garage wasn't being parked in anyway.
Right.
So one of the things you wanted to do was get half of it cleaned out so you could start parking the Pilot in there. And we were out there doing that the other night, and things went sideways real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Like you were ready to throat punch me.
Oh, I was. Like, I would have.
Given the opportunity,
Given the opportunity, I would have.
But we're also really quick to go, like, I really like the way that ended. You know, like I'm sorry, that was petty. I took that to a stupid place.
Yes.
And then we sat down like, okay, where's this coming from? And what it was coming from is we've been in a dead sprint for the last couple of weeks, and we have visitors coming for a week, which always throws off the equilibrium of the house, and there's always anxiety that goes along with that. So we were just extra stressed, and like we were able to name that. Like, I'm feeling anxious about this. I'm feeling stressed out about this, and that's why we were kind of at each other, and we weren't really talking to each other. We were talking at each other and past each other.
Right, and I was cleaning, so that just added a whole other layer of...
We should have made that number 6. Don't try to have a conversation if your wife hates cleaning.
I think cleaning relaxes some people. It does not relax me.
No, it's not good. So, back to repair quickly when things go sideways. Every couple misses it sometimes, so be okay saying, hey, I messed that up. Like, this communication stuff is really hard.
So hard. Like,
we've been together over 20 years. We've been married over 17 years, and it's still the hardest thing we do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, and especially trying to communicate well and kindly. Like, it's really easy to communicate when you just want to hurt the other person.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because I know exactly what to say to you that's just going to shut it down. And you do too. Mm-hmm. But we don't want to do that anymore.
No.
And communication's just, it's the breakdown that, frankly, ends a lot of marriages. Like, most problems come back to some kind of lack of communication or uncommunicated expectation. Or
oh, absolutely.
You know.
I agree with that.
So if you're listening to this, we know that communication is hard, and we're just we're being really transparent that it's really hard for us. And we've grown a lot. Like when we talk about in the expectations episode, the marriage we got versus the marriage we expected versus the marriage we got. You heard us say like marriage is hard. And it's not at all what I expected, but it's way better than I could have ever imagined. But that's taken a lot of work to get there.
It's crazy how much we have worked.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to work that much more.
Yeah. Because it's not going to get easier.
No.
Like we switched when our youngest came along, we switched from man-to-man defense to zone. Like we are outnumbered by the kids and they're getting in more activities now. And there's the potential next year of them being in 3 different school buildings on 3 different schedules. Like good communication is going to be even more important. So you have to work at it. But I think what we're learning is if communication feels hard for you, it doesn't mean you're bad at marriage.
No, it probably just means that you're human.
Yeah.
You know, like we live full lives, you know, with very limited emotional capacity.
Yeah. And I think that's why, and this is probably for another episode, I'm just thinking of this right now, why it's so important to do the deep inner work and figure out your own boundaries and your own limitations. Like our world tells us that we need to live without limitations and we shouldn't know our limits. But if you don't know them, you're not just going to wreck yourself. You're going to wreck your marriage. You're going to wreck your family, because there is a limited emotional capacity that you have. So getting this communication thing, I don't know that you ever figure it out, but you get healthier at it.
Yeah, I think you get better at it. And it's something that you can always keep working at, for sure.
And healthy communication isn't about saying everything perfectly. It's about learning when to slow down, when to pause, and how to protect connection when things feel fragile. It's us in the garage the other night going, okay, we just need to sit down and talk about this before I get throat punched. And it ended in a really good place.
Yeah, it did.
Finally,
after some.
So I guess our encouragement, if you're listening, is keep working at it. And even if it feels like overly structured, that's okay. It's okay to say some of the things that we've pointed out in there, like as examples of things to say, like, I want to have this conversation, but I'm at my capacity right now. Like, none of that sounds sexy. It's not romantic. but it is real.
And it may even feel awkward saying it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
but it's real.
It is real. And I think it, you know, shows your person that, like, oh, something's different here.
Yeah.
You know, like, even just like kind of gives it a pause, you know?
Yeah. I imagine we're just 4 episodes into this podcast and we're talking about marriage and family. I imagine this is not the only time we're going to talk about communication. I imagine. I mean,
we're only 4 episodes in and we're already talking about it. So
I imagine it's going to be a frequent topic on Holy Chaos.
For sure.
But that is all the time that we have for today. Next episode, we're going to take a bit of a pivot from marriage and we're going to talk about parenting. The good, the hard, the hilarious. Our older 2 girls have already said that they want to be a part of this episode, and we may have to think on that one before we open that particular box.
Yeah, that's a whole new box of chaos.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, well, we will see you next time on Holy Chaos.
See y'all.